And here's what I mean by that. Answer this question. Go home, spend some time. Think about it during the week. Who are you? Who are you? As where you sit right now, who are you? Many people lose their life because they lose their meaning. Because what happens to a lot of people is, and even religious people, is we become, if you will, we become negative thinking people. Where the Bible tells us that we're to think on the good things, we're to think on the things that are just and holy and excellent, and we're to meditate, we're to think deep on those things, Philippians chapter 4 and verse 8, because we've been transformed. We've left this life, and now we've got this life. We've got the greatest life ever, and sometimes what we don't think is we don't think that we are able. But we have to realize that God knows us. He told Jeremiah that. He says, even before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. I knew you. Book of Ecclesiastes says that God has put eternity into man's heart. So when we think that we are able, sometimes we say, I can't do it. But we hear people using this verse all the time. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. The majority of people use that verse totally out of context. Because you have to go backwards. And you have to go backwards to see something. What Paul says is, because I have Jesus, Philippians chapter 2, because I'm thinking the same mind as Christ, I'm thinking the mind of a servant. It says in Philippians chapter 2, verse 14, that's why I can say, do not grumble or complain, that you may become blameless and harmless, children of light in a crooked and perverse generation. He's saying, because you are able, because you have the mind of Jesus. Because we have it written for us. We have it right there for us. You know, David, God did not come down and say, David, I'm going to make you the strongest person on the face of the earth. David did not all of a sudden receive a special rock from God. He didn't receive a special sling. You know what David did? David used what he had and used what he could grab. But because he committed his way to the Lord, God was shining through in David's life. You think, Chris, God had a hand in that rock? Yeah, I think he did. And I think God had a hand in how you got here too. I think God had a hand in how he designed you, how he's given you the things that you have in your life. But we've got to think that we're able.